This is All India Radio. We now bring you a special news program on COVID-19. Good evening. I am VC Pramod and with me is Renuka. The headlines. Prime Minister to hold meeting with Chief Ministers tomorrow through video conferencing to review country's progress in containing COVID-19. Cabinet Secretary seeks cooperation of states for transportation of stranded migrant workers. Railways geared up to run 300 Shramik special trains every day in the country, says Railway Minister Piyush Goyal. Vande Bharat mission flight carrying 171 stranded Indian passengers from Kuwait to arrive in Chennai tonight. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari asks industry to remain positive, visualize and change to convert adversity into opportunity. And DRDO develops automated ultraviolet systems to sanitize electronic gadgets, papers and currency notes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold a meeting with the state chief ministers through video conferencing tomorrow afternoon. He will review the country's progress in containing the coronavirus pandemic. Discussion on further relaxations to boost up economic activities is likely to take place. The meeting will also be attended by Home Minister Amit Shah, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Health Minister Harshvardhan, including other senior officials. More from our correspondent.
This will be the Prime Minister's fifth video conference with the Chief Ministers since the announcement of nationwide lockdown in March. As the country enters into the last week of its third phase of lockdown, the meeting is very crucial in terms of finalizing the roadmap ahead. In his monthly radio address, Mann Ki Baat, last month Prime Minister said the country is in the middle of a war and asserted that people have to continue being careful and take precautions. His note of caution came amidst gradual exemptions being granted by the centre and states to revive economic activities. Few state governments' demand regarding visiting the idea of demarcating red, orange and green zones is high on the table. Decision over measures to further boost up economic activities and address migrant worker issues is as well on the agenda of this meeting. Prime Minister's this meet yet again stamps his belief of inclusive decision making where views of all stakeholders are necessarily considered. Anand Chaturvedi, AIR News, Delhi.
Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba today held a video conferencing with Chief Secretaries and Health Secretaries of all states and union territories. Mr. Gauba noted the cooperation of states on return of Indians from abroad under Vande Bharat. He also noted that more than 350 Shramik special trains have been run by the railways carrying 3.5 lakh migrant workers. More from our correspondent.
During the meeting, Cabinet Secretary requested state governments to cooperate with railways in running up more Shramik special trains. He emphasized that movement of doctors, nurses and paramedics should be totally unhindered and all steps be taken to facilitate and protect corona warriors. The state chief secretaries informed the situation in their states and also said that while protection is required from COVID, the economic activities also need to be stepped up in a calibrated manner. With Sobhagyakar, Anupam Mishra, AIR News, Delhi.
Railways Minister Piyush Goyal has appealed to all the states to give permission to evacuate the stranded migrants so that they can be sent back to their homes in the next 3 to 4 days. In a tweet, Mr. Goyal said that after Prime Minister's intervention on the matter, Railways is fully geared up to run 300 Shramik special trains every day in the country. Indian Railways has operated over 350 Shramik special trains across the country, ferrying more than 350,000 stranded workers across the country till date. These trains brought back migrant workers to various states including Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh and West Bengal. A report.
Since the announcement of nationwide lockdown, Indian Railways has consistently proved itself to be the true lifeline of the nation. They are of course not plying the normal passenger train services, but are certainly bringing smiles to the faces of lakhs of families by ferrying stranded migrant workers back to their hometowns. Amidst the lockdown, the trains have ferried people to cities like Prayagraj, Chhapra, Balia, Gaya, Purnia, Varanasi, Lucknow and many more. A maximum of around 1,200 passengers are allowed to travel in one such Shramik special train, observing strict social distancing norms. Proper screening of passengers is ensured before boarding the train. Railways is also providing the passengers free meals and water during the journey. Railway nodal officers in various states are coordinating with state government representatives constantly as their concurrence is necessary for movement of such passenger trains. The efforts are ongoing and stranded people who wish to travel have been requested to register themselves with the state governments and not to travel on their own by walking or in trucks. With Anand Chaturvedi, Suparna Saikia, AIR News, Delhi.
In Haryana, 2 special Shramik trains left for Araria and Katihar in Bihar this evening. Our correspondent reports a special Shramik train carrying 1,204 migrant labourers left for Araria from Rohtak railway station at 5 p.m. The Deputy Commissioner who was present at the station told AIR News that the labourers were provided masks, sanitizers and food. Another special Shramik train carrying around 1,200 migrant labourers left from Rewari Junction for Katihar. Thermal scanning and medical checkup for the labourers were done before they boarded the trains. Jammu and Kashmir government has given green signal to the arrival of trains in the UT, with its residents being evacuated from different parts of the country amid COVID-19 lockdown. AIR correspondent reports that the inflow through trains was preceded by regulated road transportation of the stranded persons via Lakhanpur. The trains entering the UT will disembark the passengers at Udhampur railway station. The first train is expected to arrive tonight or tomorrow morning. The highly regulated homecoming of such persons aboard the trains has been initiated with elaborate pre-emptive arrangements. Authorities have framed intensive protocols and established detailed procedure for their district-wise return. District Administration Udhampur has created a fresh sample collection capacity of 1,000 per day for train returnees, as there will be 100% testing of the passengers for COVID-19. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has said that the state government is committed for safe return of state's migrant labourers stranded in various states. He has asked for strict compliance of lockdown in the state. The Chief Minister was reviewing the lockdown situation in the state at his official residence at Lucknow today. Chief Minister has said that the government will bring back migrant labourers with safety and in respectful manner. The Uttar Pradesh government has asked different state governments to provide list of stranded workers who want to come back to UP. He has already appealed to workers not to travel on foot, bike or truck, as the government is running special trains for their safe return. More from our correspondent.
As of now, more than 130,000 labourers have been brought back by 115 workers' special trains. Additional Chief Secretary Home Avnish Awasthi told that 57 trains are on the way, by which around 70,000 migrant workers will reach the state soon. He said that the permission for 200 more workers' special trains have been sought, and these trains will reach state within 2-3 days. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had instructed to send a high-level special team of administrative, police and medical officials to Meerut, Agra and Kanpur in the state. These teams will stay there for several days and review the situation, as there is a high number of COVID-19 cases. Meanwhile, Chief Minister has instructed officials to increase the number of corona testing in the state. He has also instructed daily health screening of workers engaged in community kitchen. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
Despite several appeals by the Maharashtra government, including Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, the migrant labourers are continuing with their journey by walking on foot with their family members to reach their hometowns. More in this report.
Even as the Maharashtra government is grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic, which is wreaking havoc in Mumbai, Pune, Aurangabad and other parts of the state, the administration is confronting another challenge as migrant labourers along with their family members are heading to their native place from different parts of Mumbai. The unfortunate ones are going by special trains, but there are some who are proceeding with their journey by walking on foot in sweltering heat, covering hundreds of kilometers to reach their destination. It is not just the interstate migration, but within the state as well, especially those who are adamant on reaching their hometown in rural Maharashtra. Since many of these migrant labourers are going in groups on foot, it is posing a threat of contracting infection of COVID-19. The migration of these labourers has, however, overburdened police force and local administration. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has reiterated an appeal to migrant workers in other states not to travel on foot, by bike, truck or any other vehicles to Bihar. Mr. Kumar said the state government is trying its best to bring them safely. In Bihar, positive COVID-19 cases have been detected in 146 migrant laborers who've come to state from different parts of the country. Out of these, 30 are from Maharashtra, followed by 22 from Gujarat and 8 from Delhi. Cases of migrant workers testing positive were reported from block quarantine centers at Khagadia, Samastipur, Muzaffarpur and Begusara districts of the state.
A Vande Bharat mission flight is set to reach Chennai tonight, carrying 171 stranded Indians in Kuwait. Till the 15th of this month, various other flights are scheduled to be operated from Kuala Lumpur, Muscat, Daman, Manila, Dhaka and London to Chennai. Meanwhile, the Tamil Nadu Revenue Commissioner Dr. J. Radhakrishnan has said the 359 evacuees who were brought from Dubai yesterday have turned negative for the COVID-19 infection. However, they will be under the mandatory 14-day quarantine as per the safety protocol. On the other hand, Shramik special trains from the state have been operated carrying stranded medical tourists and guest labourers back home to their respective states. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu today witnessed 669 new COVID-19 cases, taking the total to 7,204. The tests exceeded 13,000 today, and officials say the intense testing has led to the detection of more cases. 3 more people died of the disease and the death toll has soared to 47. More from our correspondent.
The Kuwait-Chennai Air India special flight is the third in the Vande Bharat series to reach the state with evacuees. Medical teams are put on duty at Chennai airport to take nasal and throat swabs from each and every passenger, while transport teams are ready to take them to the quarantine centers nearby. Meanwhile, Shramik special trains are being operated from Tamil Nadu for the benefit of the guest laborers who prefer going back to their state and also the stranded people. Medical tourists, emergency travel cases and those staying in the Chennai Corporation run special camps are being given priority. The trains are being operated to Bihar, Odisha, Jharkhand and a few other eastern states from Chennai, Katpadi near Vellore and other prominent stations. Chennai Corporation Commissioner Prakash told reporters today the transportation of the guest workers and stranded public from West Bengal will commence once the concurrence is obtained from the state. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
As part of Vande Bharat mission, flight carrying expatriates from Kuala Lumpur will be arriving in Kochi in Kerala tonight. Meanwhile, flight from Doha to Thiruvananthapuram has been called off for today. A report.
The flight carrying passengers from Kuala Lumpur is scheduled to arrive in Kochi International Airport tonight at 10:15 p.m. Arrangements are being done for the medical screening and transfer of returnees to quarantine centers. Meanwhile, the flight scheduled today from Doha to Thiruvananthapuram was called off due to technical reasons. Authorities informed that they are trying to reschedule the flight for day after tomorrow. Out of the 698 passengers of INS Jalashwa that arrived from Maldives in Kochi today morning, 2 passengers were shifted to isolation ward in hospital on showing COVID symptoms and the rest were sent for compulsory quarantine. Meanwhile, 7 more positive COVID-19 cases are confirmed in Kerala today, few among which are people who had returned from abroad in last 2 days. 4 people recovered from the disease today, taking the total active cases in the state to 20. State Health Minister K.K. Shailaja informed a major milestone that Kasaragod district became COVID-free as the last patient recovered from the disease today. Mayush Shah for AR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
21 Indian nationals from Uzbekistan arrived in New Delhi under Vande Bharat mission. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said the flight will be carrying back Uzbek nationals and Indian medicine assistants to Tashkent.
As part of Samudra Setu program under Vande Bharat mission, second ship of the Indian Navy left for Maldives this evening for Kochi. Earlier, the first ship INS Jalashwa had reached Kochi this morning carrying 698 passengers including 19 pregnant women and 14 children. The world's largest evacuation operation to bring back stranded Indian nationals from different countries under Vande Bharat mission is going on smoothly. The first phase of operation under Vande Bharat mission began on the 7th of this month, and under it a detailed plan was chalked out to bring back around 15,000 stranded Indian nationals due to COVID-19 outbreak from 12 countries. A total of 64 flights will fly in the first phase. More from our correspondent.
On the fourth day of evacuation exercise, as many as 10 flights have been operated to bring back Indian nationals from places including Riyadh, Dhaka, Kuwait, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Manila, London and Newark. The special flights are being operated by Air India and its subsidiary Air India Express. Tomorrow, on the fifth day of evacuation exercise, 8 flights will be operated for the returnees from places including Chicago, Manila, London, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The second phase of evacuation exercise under Vande Bharat mission is expected to begin from 16th of this month. Under it, nearly 25,000 people will be repatriated from European countries and Central Asia. Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
This is All India Radio bringing you a special program on COVID-19. Before we move on, a reminder of the headlines. Prime Minister to hold meeting with Chief Ministers tomorrow through video conferencing to review country's progress in containing COVID-19. Cabinet Secretary seeks cooperation of states for transportation of stranded migrant workers. Indian Railways announces gradual restart of passenger train operations from 12th of this month. Railways geared up to run 300 Shramik special trains every day in the country, says Railways Minister Piyush Goyal. Vande Bharat mission flight carrying 171 stranded Indian passengers from Kuwait to arrive in Chennai tonight. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari asks industry to remain positive, visualize and change to convert adversity into opportunity. And DRDO develops automated ultraviolet system to sanitize electronic gadgets, papers and currency notes. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
News just in. Indian Railways has announced gradual restart of passenger train operations from the 12th of this month. Initially, 15 pairs of trains will ply with passengers on board. These trains will be run as special trains from New Delhi station connecting Dibrugarh, Agartala, Howrah, Patna, Bilaspur, Ranchi, Bhubaneswar, Secunderabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, Thiruvananthapuram, Madgaon, Mumbai Central, Ahmedabad and Jammu Tawi. Booking for reservation in these trains will start at 4 p.m. on the 11th of May and will be available only on the IRCTC website. Health Ministry has said that a total of 7,740 facilities, including hospitals in 483 districts, have been identified in all the states and union territories for treatment of novel corona patients. It said there are 6,56,769 isolation beds, including 99,492 oxygen-supported beds and 34,076 ICU beds in the country. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan today visited the COVID Care Centre CCC at Mandoli, New Delhi to review the status of COVID-19 management. During the visit, the Health Minister was apprised that Mandoli CCC has 12 towers in which 575 COVID-19 patients are being taken care of. It has a capacity of 750 patients. Dr. Vardhan visited the Tower 1 and interacted with the patients from Jammu and Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Assam and inquired about their well-being and concerns. National Institute of Virology, Pune has developed first indigenous antibody-based ELISA test kit COVID Kavach for diagnosis of novel coronavirus. This test is expected to change the dynamics of COVID-19 testing in the country. The kit has displayed high sensitivity and accuracy in the validation tests at different sites. It can test around 90 samples in approximately 2.5 hours. In a tweet, Union Health Minister Harshvardhan said that ELISA-based testing can easily be operated even at district level.
Union Minister for MSME and Road Transport and Highways, Nitin Gadkari, has asked the industry to remain positive, visualize and change for better outcome in the present situation so that this adversity is converted into an opportunity. Mr. Gadkari today held 2 meetings via video conferencing with the representatives of Business Network International and Motherland International Foundation on COVID-19 impact and opportunities. He mentioned that all the stakeholders must adopt an integrated approach to come over the crises while ensuring the lives and livelihood of the people. National Fertilizer Limited, NFL, a PSU under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, registered a 71% growth in fertilizer sale last month. Despite the stringent restrictions in country in April due to COVID-19 lockdown, the company recorded fertilizer sale of 3.62 lakh ton last month compared to 2.12 lakh ton in the same period last year. Agriculture Minister today said that sowing area coverage of summer crops has increased significantly in the country. About 34.87 lakh hectare area have been brought under summer rice coverage as compared to 25.29 lakh hectare during the corresponding period of last year. The ministry said pulses have been sown in nearly 10.35 lakh hectare area as compared to 5.92 lakh hectare during the corresponding period of last year. NTPC Limited, a central PSU under Ministry of Power and India's largest power generator, achieved 100% plant load factor PLF yesterday at 3 of its thermal power stations. NTPC Vindhyachal in Madhya Pradesh, NTPC Talcher Kaniha in Odisha, and NTPC Sipat in Chhattisgarh achieved 100% PLF. Beyond power output, NTPC is making a rich contribution to the social welfare activities for underprivileged section and migrant workers by providing ration and medical aid amidst COVID-19 situation.
Hyderabad-based Defence Research and Development Organization DRDO Lab has developed automated ultraviolet systems to sanitize electronic gadgets, papers and currency notes. Defence Ministry said the device, Defence Research Ultraviolet Sanitizer DRUVS, has been designed to sanitize mobile phones, iPads, laptops, currency notes, check leaves, challans, passbooks, papers and envelopes. Bundles of currency notes can be sanitized using DRUVS. The DRUVS is having contactless operation, which is very important to contain the spread of the virus. In Madhya Pradesh, the state government is preparing to create huge self-employment opportunities in the state through small and cottage industries. Our correspondent reports that the state government is also planning to take help of various schemes of the central government for this purpose.
Reviewing the works of Khadi and Village Industries and Skill Development Department, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said that we have to create more employment opportunities in the state. He asked the officers to work to make the state a leader in the field of small and cottage industries. During the meeting, it was also discussed that proper training and market would be made available to promote traditional work like blacksmith, carpenter, artisan, goldsmith and potter. In addition, emphasis was laid on the development of major handloom groups like Chanderi, Maheshwar, Sarangpur, Varasivni, Sausar and Mandsaur. The Chief Minister has also directed officials to make projects according to the central government's schemes for the development of leather projects in Morena, stone crafts in Jabalpur, wood crafts in Srihor, iron crafts in Dinori, furniture manufacturing in Mandla and Baitul, and for handloom weavers in Mandsaur. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Himachal Pradesh, the Development and Employment Generation Program under the Manrega scheme is emerging as a strong model of inclusive development for rural areas in providing social security amid COVID-19 pandemic. A report.
The central and state government took the initiative during the period of lockdown to protect the economic interest of workers and started Manrega works in rural areas of the state. As a result, development and infrastructure work started in rural areas, benefiting unskilled laborers, which helped the people of this class to get sources of incomes during the outbreak of COVID-19. The state government has also increased the wages of Manrega laborers from 185 to rupees 198 per day. In Shimla itself, 1,985 work is being done by deploying 10,471 workers. In executing Manrega works, convergence model of various developmental scheme has been adopted so that continuous work could be provided to the persons engaged in this work. It includes water harvesting tanks, land leveling, plantation and small irrigation projects in rural areas. Sanjeev Sundrial, AIR News, Shimla.
Ravi Kumar from Jammu received benefits under Ujjwala scheme. He said it is such a big relief in this time of crisis.
नाम रवि कुमार है। जम्मू जिला अगारा गांव में रहते हैं। प्रधानमंत्री के द्वारा जनधन खाते में 500 रुपए और उजाला गैस में 850 रुपए आया है। हम लोग अच्छे से खा पी रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
In West Bengal, 14 people have died of novel corona infections in last 24 hours, taking the total number of death toll to 113 in the state. According to State Health Department sources, 153 people were tested positive during last 24 hours. Altogether, 417 COVID-19 patients have been discharged from hospitals after recovery so far. Union Minister of State for Food Processing Industries, Rameshwar Teli, said that food processing industries in the country have resumed work. Talking to All India Radio News, Guwahati, Mr. Teli said there was a demand of necessary foods and the resumption of industries would help the citizens. Sports Authority of India, SAI, has formed a committee to prepare a standard operating procedure to resume training in all SAI centres in all sporting disciplines after the lockdown is lifted. All training had been suspended across SAI centres in view of the ongoing corona pandemic. A separate committee has been formed to prepare a standard operating procedure for swimming, since the sport requires athletes to train in water and may have different health risks involved as compared to other sports.
In an effort to guard against fake news being circulated on various platforms, we bring you a segment on fact-checking and mythbusters. Government has dismissed a WhatsApp message claiming that https ayushman-yojana.org is the official website of Ayushman Bharat Yojana. In a tweet, Press Information Bureau described it as false. It said the National Health Authority has clarified that www.pmjay.gov.in is the only official website of Ayushman Bharat Yojana. In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you the views of the leading medical experts on COVID-19. Head of Respiratory Care Department in National Institute of Tuberculosis and Respiratory Diseases, Dr. Rajneesh Gupta said that everybody should stay at home during the lockdown period to stay safe, and special care should be taken of senior citizens.
जो भी उनकी मेडिकल इलनेसेस हैं, कोमॉर्बिडिटीज हैं, उनको हाइपरटेंशन है, जिनको शुगर की प्रॉब्लम है, दे शुड टेक देयर यूजुअल मेडिकेशंस, दे शुड स्टे एट होम. स्पेशली जो उनके अटेंडेंस है, उनको ये ध्यान रखना है कि दे शुड स्टे एट होम और उनको बाहर नहीं जाना है.
Head of Geriatrics Department in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIMS, Dr. A.B. Day, said COVID-19 pandemic has affected senior citizens adversely and they should follow all necessary precautions like stay in home, wear mask, frequent hand wash. He said they should remain positive and all their medications for the existing diseases should be continued in the same dose.
कोविड-19 से बुजुर्गों को ज्यादा खतरा महसूस हो रहा है, इसलिए जरूरी है कि आप घर में रहें, अपना हाथ बार बार धोते रहें, मास्क का इस्तेमाल करें. जिन लोगों को बीमारी है, जो लगता है आपको कि उनको कोविड हो सकता है, उनसे दूर रहें. अपने दवाइयां खाते रहें जो आप पहले ले रहे थे. खाने में जो आप रोज खाते हैं वही खाएं और दिन भर कुछ ना कुछ करते रहें, मोबाइल रहें, चलते फिरते रहें, बिल्कुल पेड़ पाउंड ना हो जाएं. घर में रहें, ये दौर भी गुजर जाएगा.
Prominent persons have appealed the people to follow the lockdown guidelines as announced by the government. Actor Varun Sharma asked people to fight with the pandemic by staying home.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, ये जो कोरोना वायरस की जंग है, हम सब मिलके इसको लड़ रहे हैं और हम जीतेंगे. प्लीज आप सिर्फ घर पे ही रहिए, बिल्कुल भी बाहर मत निकलिए. इससे आप अपने आप को बचा रहे हैं, अपने घर वालों को बचा रहे हैं, अपने दोस्तों को बचा रहे हैं, पूरे देश को बचा रहे हैं. प्लीज प्लीज लेट्स जस्ट बी एट होम, लेट्स जस्ट स्टे एट होम एंड स्टे सेफ एंड यूनाइटेड वी स्टैंड एंड वी विल फाइट दिस.
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program today will bring you a special discussion on program COVID-19. Dr. Tanmay Talukdar, Professor and Head, Department of TB and Chest Diseases, Pulmonary Medicine will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free number 1800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:25 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.com and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for updates. India's national broadcaster, Doordarshan and All India Radio have assumed focus on comprehensive weather coverage from across the entire territory of the country. The weather report covers details from every corner of the country, highlighting extreme weather conditions, temperature of various places from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Gilgit to Guwahati, Balistan to Port Blair. A report.
The maximum temperature in the national capital stood at 34 degrees Celsius today. Delhi witnessed partly cloudy sky with light rain, while Mumbai saw mainly clear sky with maximum temperature of 34 degrees Celsius. In Kolkata, maximum temperature was 36 degrees Celsius. The city witnessed storm late this afternoon. Chennai experienced the maximum temperature of 36 degrees Celsius. Jammu witnessed partly cloudy sky with maximum temperature recorded as 37 degrees Celsius. Srinagar is likely to witness rain or thunderstorm tomorrow. Maximum Maximum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius. Gilgit is expected to face generally cloudy sky with light rain. Maximum temperature witnessed was 25 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will also experience generally cloudy sky. Maximum temperature settled at 36 degrees Celsius in Muzaffarabad. Lalema Aneja Dang, News Desk, Delhi.
And now, before we end, the headlines once again. Prime Minister to hold meeting with Chief Ministers tomorrow through video conferencing to review country's progress in containing COVID-19. Cabinet Secretary seeks cooperation of states for transportation of stranded migrant workers. Indian Railways announces gradual restart of passenger train operations from the 12th of this month. Railways geared up to run 300 Shramik special trains every day in the country, says Railway Minister Piyush Goyal. Vande Bharat mission flight carrying 171 stranded Indian passengers from Kuwait to arrive in Chennai tonight. And DRDO develops automated ultraviolet systems to sanitize electronic gadgets, papers and currency notes. And with that, we end the special news program on COVID-19.